What's up, everyone? It is your girl, GELBEAUTY 87 here, aka Grace. It's time for another palette with inconsistent formulas. So today's brands with inconsistent formulas is none other than Mocha Pat McGrath. So, I don't have that many palettes to talk about with Pat McGrath because I feel like she does a pretty good job of staying consistent. But every once in a full moon, she'll let a product or a palette slide through and you'll be like, what is this? What is this? What is this? So she does have some face products like that, like the Hockey Puck highlighter she came out with when we were in the quarantine. I think it was in 2020 or 2021. The formula on that was absolutely terrible, horrible, horrendous. So that one I definitely was not feeling. It was not a vibe at all. So I would say don't get that. But I'm trying to focus on just the palettes today. So without further ado, let's get into it, girl. Because I don't have that many and it's like 4:30 in the morning. I want to go to bed. But I was trying to do a wear test on the product. So I tried to stay up as long as I could. So hopefully I can get it done today and I don't have to try to re-add on this makeup and do it another day. So anyway, first off, I have the Pat McGrath Mothership Rose Decadence palette. I feel like the consistency of this isn't the same as the other three she originally came out with, and then the holiday one she came out with in, I think it was 2018, 2019, something like that. The formula is okay, it's just for the price point of it, it's not up to the standard of some of her other palettes she has like this. So that's why I'm like, I'm not personally feeling it, but you know, as I teach his own thing. This is what the color story looks like. So the color story looks fine. It's just the formula is just mediocre for like what she normally comes out with in the price point she charges. I love the shade right here, Fuchsia Flame, and I like this dark burgundy right here. I feel like they make a nice little combination. You know, you use this as your crease, this is your inner corner. Mother loves to add a gold in. I don't know what's up with her in gold, but you know, I don't know if she thinks gold is so luxurious that it needs to be in every palette, but I feel like in a good amount of her palettes there's some gold. But I just feel like this is just inconsistent to some of the other ones she has in this size, which is why I wasn't that crazy about it. Now, I'm not one of those people who thinks that the Bridgerton ones aren't worth the price point. I think those are better than this one was, and so that's why they're not going to be in here. I also do think that a couple of the smaller ones aren't. It's usually the smaller ones I feel like that she doesn't put as much effort in as the bigger thing, if you haven't noticed, or as you will notice throughout this video. So the next one I have is another quad. So we have the Celestial Divinity Luxe quad in the shade Flora Fantasy. This is the quad that came out with the collection that came out with the horrible highlighter I was talking about. So two of the quads were fine. This was the bad product along with the highlighter that was terrible from that collection. Interstellar Icon is fine. And I forgot the name of it. It's a rose quad that she came out with that was fine, but it's like this one is just horrible. So I'm just like, yeah, no, it's bad. I hate that it didn't want to come out the packaging and slide out like it's supposed to. But this one was made in the USA, if I remember correctly. Made in the USA, right? I'm trying to look on here and see. But yeah, I remember, like, I think a couple of them made in the USA and one was made in Italy. And this is what it looks like. I don't know what it is, like the tones in here just don't work well. Like, to me, this one's too light for my skin tone. The shimmers in here aren't that great. The only shimmer I like okay is this one right here, but it kind of reminds me of that Flora, that Fuchsia Flame I was talking about. It's just like a little bit lighter in it. This purple didn't do what I was hoping it would do. It's okay for the inner corner, but it's like very lightly pigmented. I'll swatch this, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I just don't feel like it gives the pigmentation off that, you know, it should. As you can see, it looks okay. I feel like if I dab it on top of the lids with what I got going on right now, it would look nice, but it's just like it wasn't giving on the lid like I was hoping it would give on the lid for the price point she charges for her stuff. Let me swatch the other one since we just swatched that one too. And I'll swatch it against Fuchsia Flame for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I feel like they look similar, but I just think I like Fuchsia Flame a little bit more. And the formula in the first palette I showed you, the Rose Decadence, I feel like is a little bit better than this one, but not by much. I mean, like, not by much. So I'm swatching. Yeah, it seems like it's just a little bit of a lighter version of Fuchsia Flame. So this is the one from the palette I just talked about, and this is the one from Rose Decadence, the Fuchsia Flame I talked about. See how it's just a little bit lighter than that one, so it's not that much different. Now I'm curious if that shade I just swatched from this Flora Fantasy palette is similar to the shade in the Bridgerton one. It's just a sparkly version of it, because this looks really similar to me. So now I'm gonna have to investigate. You know, we're gonna have to investigate and see if the sparkle in that is really similar to this. So I'm just genuinely curious. Not so much that I plan on using them, although I feel like it could be good used together because that would be a nice base for it, and then it have the extra sparkle underneath. So I might take it home now just because I want to experiment that, try it out. Matter of fact, I am. Let me throw it in this box down here because I just did my Sephora haul, so part 2. So that's a lot of the stuff that's going on my face. So next I have the Divine Rose Luxe Quad in shade Eternal Eden. And so the packaging on this one is stunning. I remember when Dr. Ash and her makeup was using this as like blush before Mother came out with the blushes because it took her forever to come out with the blushes like the ass. So Ashley was actually using this on her face, which I thought was hilarious. But this is what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, it has a nice color story. I just feel like the shades in this one were a little too light. But I mean, they work on someone's skin tone, they just don't necessarily work on mine the best. This one works okay and this one works okay, so it's like they're doable, but it's like I feel like I have to pull from her other rose collections in order to put it on. It's like if I'm in a rush and I'm ready to go, I'm supposed to be trying to use this quad to get out the door quick, it's not gonna work that well. I'm gonna swatch the shade I have used the most in this palette. So that's the one I use the most in that palette, the deepest shade on the bottom, of course. But I don't know, this just wasn't giving that much. And I feel like this shade looks really similar to the shade that's in the original Divine Rose palette, like the big one before she came out with this quad, like that peachish type shade. So this is this shade right here I just swatched. I feel like it's definitely giving the similarities of that one, but I don't have it here with me, so I can't show you. But I just feel like it gives a similar tone. So I feel like she uses a lot of similar tones, but they might have like different undertones, or they might come in different finishes. But I feel like they're pretty similar. That's another thing that be annoying me sometimes, that you keep doing the same color story, because it's like you're doing the same color story, but you dump like one unique fun shade in it that's supposed to get me excited. And it's like, it might sometimes, but it's not all the time. And after a while, I'm just deciding to be the same tone, so I'm gonna use something different. The last set of palettes I had to talk about are these little bitty ones. Now, I wasn't crazy about the holiday collection. If you all remember, I told you all I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't think it was that great. I don't think the quality on these is as good as some of the quads and some of her other things. And since, you know, that's what this video is about, the quality being the same, I don't feel like this is new to lore. Now, I will say, out of this one and the one I sent Dionluvsmakeup, I like the one I sent Dionluvsmakeup better, which is Bronze Bliss, which is why you don't see it here. I'm not really a huge fan of that one Golden Hour. I feel like it's a miniature version of a big Mothership 5, but not like necessarily as great a quality as that one is. So it's just kind of like, I don't like the fact there's only one matte in here too, and then it's like a weird satiny type matte, so it's not giving what I feel like it should be giving me, be able to do a full look with, because I don't feel like this is dark enough for my outer V. I mean, you can build it up and make it dark, but it's still not dark enough to my liking. Then you only have like these shimmers to put all over the lid and everywhere else, so it's like, I guess I'm just supposed to always use this matte and just use a different shimmer each time. So I wasn't crazy about this for that. If it had more mattes in it, I think I'd like it a little bit better, and I think that's why I like Bronze Bliss a little bit better. If I remember correctly, it has 2 mattes in it and 1 shimmer in it. But yeah, I didn't think the quality on this was as good as some of her other products, so I definitely wanted to take the time out to talk about Mother, because y'all know I love Mother. I review a lot of Mother. I just reviewed her new bronzers, which were amazing. So Mother does quite a few things and does quite a few things well, but every once in a full moon she gets it wrong, just like everybody else. So I want to accent those, so that way you could, you know, like have the proper information when it comes to your purchasing decisions. So that's all I have to talk about in today's video on Pat McGrath inconsistent palettes. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you. Remember, you all are diamonds. You can comment down below and tell me if you found ways to work with these palettes that you feel work better. It's just I haven't found ways to work for me, and I don't feel like they're the same quality as other things I have, given how much Pat McGrath we all know I have. So these are just my picks. But you can comment down below and tell me if you found ways to work with these that work better for you. If you own them and you like me, then feel like they work that well. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.